guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I have another review for you guys. You guys saw by the title, today we are reviewing the Fenty Beauty. It's called the Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint. It's a product that came out like about maybe a month ago. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but anyways, that's what we're reviewing today. By the way, they have 25 shades in this skin tint, which I think it's like it's pretty good still. Like I think people were expecting like the usual, what is it, 50 or 60 shades from them, but for a skin tint, like usually it's something that really light, so it like one shade can actually carry on like more skin tones, if I can put it that way. I don't know how to explain exactly, but I think you guys understand what I'm trying to say. I just wanted to let you guys know I'm in the shade 18, which is a medium deep with warm yellow undertones. I think it's gonna match me. I'm pretty sure it's gonna match me. The other ones were like about the same shade but just different undertones, so that's why I took the yellow undertone, because I have a really yellow undertone, so that's why I chose this one. I just want to mention also, like, the packaging is really small. Once I got it in my box, I was like, is that the one? Is it like a travel size? But then I checked the millimeters and it was right. So this is what it looks like. It's 32 millimeters and it looks like this. This is the packaging here. So let's get into the claim of the foundation. For you guys know what it's supposed to be doing for your skin and how you can actually use it and what benefit it's gonna give you, basically. So I'm gonna go onto the Sephora website and basically read about the product. It's a lightweight, buildable, light to medium coverage skin tint that leaves skin looking blurred and smoothed in flexible shades for all. So that's what she meant. Like, that's what I meant before. Like, basically one shade can basically take on more skin tones. And furthermore, it also says this is an easy to apply flexible skin tint Rihanna wanted to create. It quickly and visibly evens out your complexion with a blurred effect. The Hydra Blend Complex and Humidity Sweat and Transfer Resistant formula has a smooth texture that layers well with primer and skincare. So basically what they're saying is that it's gonna be lightweight, it's gonna be buildable, so if but it's light to medium, it's not full coverage at all, like, obviously, but if you find like it's too light, you can actually build it up to a medium coverage. What else? It's gonna blur out, like me too, I have a lot of pores, so it's supposed to blur it out a little bit. I don't know how much actually, but I'm guessing a little bit since it's a light coverage. And smooth your skin also. It's supposed to blend really easily. It's also gonna even out your skin tone. So basically, like you guys see, I have not much discoloration, but when I apply foundation, I like this to be kind of faded. You guys know I don't really go for like full coverage, but like something that like kind of fades my discoloration. I really like that. For the humidity, sweat, it's not that hot yet here, so I won't be able to like tell you guys if it works or not. Transfer resistant, I'm gonna see if it's transfer proof, and they say you can use it on top of your primer, so we'll see about that. So basically now I'm gonna demonstrate to you guys how I'm going to do my foundation. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you half of the face, how it looks, so you guys can see a comparison. And also I'm going to use it with my fingers. I never apply foundations or anything with my fingers except for my primer, but from what I see from like their demonstration and everything, this is like the optimal way to apply the skin tint. But you can also use your brush if you want to, or even a sponge if you want to. So, but I'm going to show you how it is. Yeah, so I'm going to do this side with my fingers. So I just want to shake it well. But first, I'm going to do primer. Almost forgot. So for today's primer, I'm going to use my Oil and Shine Control primer. That's what I've been using lately because I've been getting oily again because it's getting warmer outside. So right now, the only thing that I've done is my brows, and I just added some primer. But I do have a little bit of concealer here, so just you guys know. But other than that, I don't have anything on my face. And obviously my hands are washed because you don't want to touch your face if your hands are not washed. So let's try it. I hate doing that, but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna do it. Let me put it directly on my face. Like I said, I'm in the shade 18. Seems like much, like a lot. Let's start with this. Wow. Looks good. So this is with one coat. This is the side with the skin tint. A little close up. I mean, the shade is a bit too warm for me. It's almost like orange. You guys can see that. But it's okay. Like, anyways, I'm probably gonna get a bit darker during the summer. So this is perfect. It's really smooth and when you touch it, it's really nice. And also it was really easy to apply. And it's non-streaky, even if you applied it with your fingers, which I like. So you guys can see here, my cheeks are pretty much like the same when it comes to like darkness. So you can see here it was really nicely blurred and it really nicely like covered some of the darkness of my cheeks. My pores are still pretty visible, but it's definitely less. I'm gonna add a little bit more to see how it builds up. Just a little bit. I don't want too much. And always here, it's always my problem area. So even with my foundation, sometimes I do add a little bit more here, just so like I get a bit more coverage. I want to see if it builds like nicely or not. Like for me, honestly, it was already good, knowing that it's just a skin tint. Okay. I like that. I know it's not a big difference, but like it's a nice difference. It just looks like I just blurred out my skin without adding like any coverage, and it's lightweight. I don't feel anything and it's super smooth. I feel like I just put on like a smoothing primer, but had the benefit of like covering some of my problem areas, and I really like that. It's really nice. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna do the other side with my brush. So basically, I'm just gonna use a Real Techniques brush. It's called the Expert Face Brush. It's just like a foundation brush for the side, so you guys can see the difference and if it applies well with a brush also. This is one coat with the brush, foundation brush. You guys can see, I find that I did lose a bit of coverage here, especially. You guys know this is my problem area that I want to just like blur it and like take off some of the dark spots that I have here. So between the brush and my fingers, I find that my fingers gives me a little bit more coverage with just one coat. So I'm gonna see how it builds up with the brush and see how it goes. So I'm gonna try to put the same amount and blend this. So it's definitely buildable. You guys can see like my problem area, it's almost disappeared now with my second coat. So I'm just gonna show you a comparison. So this is the side I did with my fingers and this is the side that I did with the brush. You guys can see at the end of the day, it's like it gives you the same amount of coverage. So it just depends on you, how you wanna play with the foundation. Because I'm pretty sure like I was fairly like just with how much product I put on each side. I don't think one side had more product than the other. You guys tell me if you feel like I put more product on one side or the other in the comments. But I don't think that I did. I think at the end of the day, it just looks pretty much the same on both sides. So it's really up to you how you want to use the product. I'm definitely just gonna use my brush because I prefer brush because I hate that. I know I have to wash my hands after I do my makeup anyways, but this is just too much. It's gonna take me longer to wash off. So I will say like the shade is a bit dark for me. You guys won't see it on camera. It's more something that I see like on off camera, but I feel like once summer starts and I'm gonna get a bit of a tan, it's gonna be okay. Anyway, it's something that you can't really tell on camera, but it's just something that I see like when I look at myself in the mirror. It's a bit dark for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my makeup, and I'm gonna come back and tell you guys if I find the claims are true or not. So I'm gonna be right back. Okay, so yeah, I'm back. So I said I was gonna come back and tell you guys if I find the claims are true. So let's just get right into it. So first it says easy to apply. You guys saw it was super easy to apply, whether it was my fingers or my brush. When I applied with my fingers, first of all, the foundation is not too runny, so wherever you placed it, it was just staying there. You can just like drag it. Also, it was like you didn't need much to like cover your whole face, which I thought was really nice. With the brush also super easy. It drags on like really well. It just blended like so super well, like both sides, either or. Not a big difference when you check like fingers or brush. I for myself, I didn't find there was any difference. Flexible shade, I would say it's a pretty flexible shade. I did find it to be a bit too orangey for my liking, but the thing is, like, if I were to choose another like shade, undertone wouldn't be right. So for me, the fact that like it's not necessarily my shade, but it still blends and it still feels like it works, I would say yeah, it's flexible. Like, it's not my shade, but it still works for me. So it's really nice. Is it lightweight? Super lightweight. I don't feel like I have anything on my face. It just feels, it feels like nothing. It really feels like nothing. It evens out your skin tone. It really did even out my skin tone. You guys saw like I had a lot of problem areas on my cheeks. It's not perfect, but for me this is good enough. And also it's really good for me actually. I don't mind my problem areas, but I just want it to like be blurred and like hide some of it. You guys know also I have big pores, so it did, another claim, it did blur it out like really well, and also it did even out my skin tone. For me, this type of coverage is enough. Blurred effect, I already told you, it blurred out some of my pores, not all of them honestly. Like, I mean, it's not a miracle thing. So it did blur out like some of my big pores, some of my small pores, and it just looks super blurred. Honestly, it feels like I added a blurring primer, but I actually didn't, so this is a plus. Like I said again, buildable. It is buildable. Like, yes, so I did 2 coats on my cheeks, and the second coat blended as easily as the first coat. It just added a bit more coverage, and I guess that's what added on the, like, it went from a light to a medium coverage, so it was really nice. And humidity and sweat, I can't really tell you if it's true or false, because it's not that hot here right now. Transfer resistant, I have a sheet of paper. Let's see if it's not really transfer proof. There's a bit of transfer. It's not much, honestly. It's not bad. Let me see. Yeah. Can't really tell that much, but you guys saw my fingers. This is the one that I just swiped on my face, and these are my clean fingers. So there's a little bit of transfer, not much, but there is transfer, just so you guys know. So be careful if you're wearing a white shirt. And my skin is actually set with some banana powder. So long wearing. Is it long wearing? For this, I'm gonna do a little bit of a wear test for you guys. I've been looking for like some kind of skin tint BB cream for the longest time, because during the summer I don't really wear makeup that much, but sometimes once in a while I just want to put something on my face I can just put on, maybe add a bit of like concealer, mascara, gloss, and go out the door. And I find that like this is exactly what a BB cream or a skin tint is. But I have extremely oily skin, so I can never wear them because it just melts off my face. So basically I want to see if this one will work for me. So far so good, but it always start like so well and then after it just melts off my skin. So basically what I want, I just don't want it to melt up, I don't want it to crack, I want to be able to touch up at the end of the day, and I don't want it to get, I just don't want to have some kind of coverage at the end. For me, a skin tint is not something that I'm supposed to wear like 8-10 hours, but at least for a few hours I just want to go out for like an errand, do groceries, just shopping for like an afternoon, you know, but you don't want that full face, full bead of makeup. So that's what I'm gonna see if it works or not. So right now it is 12:33 p.m. So this is what my skin looks like right now. A little bit of a close-up for you guys. Honestly, the match is really good. I love it. And it just looks like skin. So this is what it looks like. I have a bit of shine here, but it's just like probably the lighting. It's really nothing off camera. I'm gonna come back probably just once, like at the end of the day, and I'm gonna show you guys how it went throughout the day. Okay, so I'll be back later. Ooh, girl, this is oily. Okay guys, so I'm back from my wear test. You guys can see my face. So it is now 5:05. I don't like the song. So it's now 5:05. So I've been wearing my makeup since about 11:30. I know I showed you guys it was 12:30 when I left, but the first time I applied it was actually 11:30. So it's been about at least 5 hours since I've been wearing this makeup, this skin tint. You guys can see close up. Let's look at my face. I am super oily. Like really oily. I mean, it doesn't claim that it's supposed to like modify your skin, but I just want to show you guys that if you look closely, you guys can tell I only got oily. So basically what I'm trying to say is my skin tint didn't break. I still have all of my coverage, and you guys can see, hope I can show you guys, all of my coverage, it's still there. It didn't break, it didn't really melt. What I mean by melt, sometimes I get so oily that I feel like the foundation just like kind of wears off, and you can actually tell here, you can like, you would only see my skin, when here you can actually see the foundation is still there, the skin tint is still there. So basically I just got oily. Just so you guys know, usually I don't wait that long before I touch up, but I'm going to show you guys how I touch up at the same time. So let's see if I can actually touch up my makeup with the skin tint. So I'm just going to show you guys how I basically touch up. I usually take just like a tissue like this, like a scalp towel type thing, something that will absorb your makeup. I usually use those papers like this. You guys can barely tell, like those papers, sheet papers, but I keep that for my purse. And also, like if I were to use that right now, I would need like 3, so I already keep those and just use these since I have them right here. What I do, I just press. I didn't touch up my makeup at all since I left because I really wanted to see how it was going to look. So let's touch up, pick up those oil. them go here even if I'm not oily. So this is what my face looks like after I just did like the sheet of paper, so you guys can see this how much oils I had. It's not that important honestly, but this is what my skin looks like now after I just absorbed the oils. You guys can tell like my coverage is still pretty much there. Like everything that was covered here, it's still there. Even here where I was super oily, the skin tint, it's still there. Even on that side, it's the same thing. My forehead too. I still have my coverage. Obviously it like subsided just a little bit, but it still looks like my face is super clean and fresh, which I like. Sometimes what I'll do, like I'll add a bit of powder, but I don't feel like I need it right now. I'll add a bit of powder just to make sure like it's really mattified. I'll show you what it looks like if I do that. So I'll just do like a little bit like this and just go here. That's basically it. So is it long wearing? Not necessarily for oily skin. Like you're still gonna get your oily, like your face is still gonna get oily basically, but the thing is, what I like is that even if I get oily, it doesn't crack, it doesn't melt. So whenever I take off my excess oil, the skin tint is still wearable, it's still there. I don't feel like I need to take off my makeup, because sometimes it gets so bad that it's just like so melted. I just have to take off everything. So here I still get my coverage and everything still looks good. I appreciate the fact that like this is meant to be something really light, but I can still wear it even if I have super oily skin, because usually it just wears off, like I said before. So that's really a plus for me. But honestly, it performs really well, making me think that maybe I can actually wear it for more hours, because it's so easy to touch up. It's like really easy to touch up. Do I like it? I actually love it. It was the first time that I actually tried something that light that I can actually wear almost all day, so I'm really happy. I really like it, and I just like the consistency, the shade. Like I said, it's a bit too orange for me, but summer is coming and this is what I want to wear during the summer, just to blur out my skin so it just looks like super nice. Yeah, like I have nothing bad to say really. So let me know down below if you guys have tried the skin tint by Fenty Beauty. I actually want to know if you guys have tried it, and if you tried it, did you guys like it? And if no, did you guys think you're gonna go and buy it, because it's really a hot product right now. So that's it for today. I know it was a long review, but I really wanted to put everything in it so you guys get all of the information you needed to know. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my review on the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Skin Tint. I really like them. I'm gonna continue using them because I really like it. Yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you to everybody who likes, comment, and subscribe. If it's your first time here, don't forget to subscribe down below, or just leave a comment even if you don't think of subscribing and just wanted to see the review. It's fine by me. If you have any questions, don't be shy. I will answer your questions. I'm still gonna wear this foundation until I take my shower tonight, so maybe until like 9 o'clock. Like I said, it's 5, so at least for another 4 hours, 3-4 hours depending. And so if you guys have any questions, just let me know down below. Maybe I know the answer and I'll answer. So yeah, I'll see you next time guys. Bye.